Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell, written by Sheen Collin, illustrated by Gabher Ottomo. Tough enough. The professional cut into the dead body while his medical students look on. Some young men in the class blushed, others looked sick and laughed nervously. Elizabeth Blackwell was determined not to show any emotion. She watched the demonstrations closely, but pitching her head as hard as she could. The pain helped her keep her face still and to show she was tough enough. The year was 1847, and Blackwell was the first woman to ever attend medical college in the United States. Despite a long story of women serving as midwives, many people still thought women was too delicate to be doctors. Blackwell was determined to prove them wrong. Against the odds, today it is difficult to imagine the limits that American girls and women faced in the 1840s. They could not vote. Fathers and husbands and brothers controlled almost all business, homes, and money. Women had a few career options. They might find work as nurse or teachers. Becoming a lawyer or doctor, though, was nearly impossible. Men often refused to admit that women were equals in brain and talent. Instead of discouraging Blackwell, this attitude drove her to try to become the first woman doctor in the United States. She faced three big challenges. First, she needed money to pay for medical school. Second, she needed to learn enough about human biology to be ready for medical studies. Third, she needed a medical school that would accept all women. In 1845, Blackwell moved to North Carolina and then to South Carolina. She lived with families of 2 doctors. She taught music to save money for medical school. When she had time off, she studied the doctor's medical texts. By 1847, Blackwell felt ready to take on the third challenge. She applied to the best medical colleges in Philadelphia and New York City, studying to study with heavy doctors. Even as 16 schools rejected her, Elizabeth, it is no use of trying, one advisor told her. That October, a letter from Geneva Medical College in western New York arrived. She braced herself for another election. But this letter was different. Elizabeth had been accepted at last. At 26, she was going to medical school. Against the odds. Today, it is difficult to imagine the limits that American girls and women faced in the 1840s. They could not vote. Fathers, husbands, and brothers controlled almost all businesses, homes, and money. Women had a few career options. They might find work as nurses or teachers. Becoming a lawyer or doctor, though, was nearly impossible. Men often refused to admit that women were their equals in brains and talent. Instead of discouraging Blackwell, this attitude drove her to try to become the first woman doctor in the United States. She faced three big challenges. Wait, I read this already. This is the way to learn. Blackwell didn't know it, but her acceptance was an accident of sorts. The professor at Geneva Medical College had given students the choice of wherever she would be accepted. The professor was sure all middle class would refuse to accept a woman or voted to admit her. The faculty was shocked. The school kept its words. Elizabeth Blackwell became the first woman accepted into medical college in the United States. At first, and few professors did not want her to attend some courses. For example, they thought it was improper for her to study male enzyme. Blackwell gently but firmly asked that she receive the same training as her male classmates. Her professors and her classmates finally agreed, and her quiet determination and ability soon won respect. Oh, this is the way to learn, she noted in her diary. On January 23, 1849, she walked across the stage at the graduation. The president of the medical college handed Elizabeth her diploma and bow. The local newspaper called it the successful painter and praised Blackwell's courage. She had finally finished first in her class. More importantly, she was now Elizabeth Blackwell, M.D., Doctor of Medicine. Champions for Women's Doctor. After graduating, Dr. Blackwell was sailed to Europe to continue her training. She took a position in the hospital in Paris. Soon after arriving, she had a life-changing accident. A baby she was carrying had an eye affection. Blackwell was cleaning it when some water spurted in her face. Her eyes became inspected too. Doctors had to move Blackwell's left eye, and she had to wear a glass eye for the rest of her life. At one time, she had been interested in becoming a surgeon, but her bad eyesight now made that impossible. Blackwell didn't let her disability to stop her, though. She returned to the United States in 1851 and served an office in the New York City. She barely made enough money to eat. Most of her patients were from poor families that had recently moved to the city from Germany and Ireland. Though sometimes they could not pay, she treated her sick patients anyway. She also taught them about healthy eating and good hygiene, keeping clean and not spreading disease. As Dr. Blackwell had an idea formed in her mind, what if she set her own hospital run by a woman's doctor? In 1857, she established a small hospital for poor women and children in New York City. She was joined by her sister Emily, who in 1854 became the third woman doctor in the United States. Now, women have plans to continue their medical training. Thank you, Dr. Blackwell. Dr. Blackwell continued to see and treat patients. More and more, though, she devoted her time to promoting medical education for women in the United States and England. In November 1868, Blackwell and her sister opened Women's Medical College. Her sister, of the New York Infirmary. It was one of the first medical schools where women were welcome without doubt or question. A year later, Dr. Blackwell moved back to England. She continued to practice medicine there until her retirement in 1877. Afterwards, she wrote books to teach girls and women better ways to protect their health. By the time Blackwell died in 1910, there were almost 7,400 women doctors in the United States. Today, more than in every 3 U.S. doctors is a woman. They practice every kind of medicine. They treat they treat children, save lives in emergency rooms, and do brain surgery. Elizabeth Blackwell's brave efforts opened the door to all the women's doctors who have followed her in her footsteps.
Good job! We can try again. What? No way. You got